Hey everybody, Chamia here with the Just Chamia Show, and we are in Chateau Luray with Miss Saucye West.
Hey.
Hey girl. So Saucye, before we get into all about you, tell us, what are you reading and what are you listening to?
What am I reading? Well, I don't know if you would consider this a read or not, but
A read.
A read.
Okay.
This is workbook that I'm doing. It's called Love Yourself, Heal Your Life.
Okay.
And it has like inspirational stuff. Like it's more to help you with planning how you want your life to go. I'm totally all over the place. I'm a Gemini, so I'm constantly thinking and I need organization. So this book is basically helping me with the process of everything. Wanting to be a model, being a mother, dealing with grief, and all these things. So that's what I'm reading and doing right now as far as books are concerned. What am I listening to?
What did you listen to in the car on the way here?
I listened to Big Sean.
Hey! The single that's out right now?
Yes! I feel so bad for liking that song because I'm old. But I love Mustard on the Beat.
Yeah.
And I love Kanye. Like they came together on that track, and everyone who knows me knows I love Kanye. I'm a big Kanye West fan. So
and old Kanye, new Kanye, fashion Kanye, music.
I love
Kanye.
all Kanye. Kanye's a Gemini. Okay, so he is multifaceted, and I love everything about his creativity, his drive. Where he started from, his passion, like all those things. Okay. So I love Kanye.
All right. Kanye and Big Sean.
Okay. Yes.
All right. So tell us, those who don't know, a little bit about who is Saucye West in your background.
Who is Saucye West? Saucye West is a mother. She is a model. She is a blogger. She is an activist. Like that's who Saucye is.
Okay.
Saucye is, of course, an alter ego of Antoinette, who is, as who I was born.
Right. My mama named me.
My mama named me.
Okay.
After my daddy.
Okay.
So that's who Saucye is.
Okay, all right. So before we talk more about you and the projects that you have coming up, I want to talk about a couple news stories.
All right.
Get your thoughts and opinions on those. All right. So we'll start light. So it's Mardi Gras season.
Yes.
So Mardi Gras is being celebrated right now in New Orleans, ending this upcoming Tuesday with Fat Tuesday. Okay. Have you ever been and participated in Mardi Gras?
I have never been to Mardi Gras before.
Okay.
I am so sheltered. I'm a California girl. I am in California most of the time.
Okay, well we gotta put that on the list.
Yes, I've got to go to Mardi Gras. Like once a year I go to Vegas. I'm a part of the fat activism community and the BBW community. So every year they have these bashes that go on in Vegas. Basically, body positive events.
Wonderful.
You see plus size women walking around in bikinis and, women my size. You don't see those things, Go to Vegas, you'll see it, honey.
Hey, need to check that out.
Yes, July.
Okay.
Yes.
But I don't do heat though. In Vegas, it's ridiculous.
But
in July.
you won't have clothes on, so you'll be happy. It's good.
Any naked time is great.
Yes. Absolutely.
So even though we haven't been to Mardi Gras, what do you think is the importance of celebrating traditions in America, like Mardi Gras or Valentine's Day? So we're just coming out of Love Day, Love Week. What's the importance of keeping tradition alive and celebrating them?
I think it's important to keep tradition alive. I think that it helps with the generations that are coming up now who are lost. Yeah. It's like, I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I love the 90s. And I love the 90s because the 90s was such a wholesome time in black culture. It's like we had music, we had art, we had activism, we had all these things that made us a community.
Cross colors. FUBU.
Can we bring cross colors back? FUBU. I so want some plus size cross colors.
Okay.
Like, wouldn't that be dope? But I mean, I think that because after a certain time that got lost. Yeah. In these generations that are coming up now, they're coming with like nothing, no meat to them. It's like we have to bring those traditions. We have to bring these things into the family, and into our culture. So I'm definitely down with that. My daughter is going to be engulfed in whatever I can get her in, like, in any facet.
Wonderful, wonderful. We're all about creating global citizens here on the Just Chamia Show.
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of young people and reaching young people, an Oakland minister, Reverend Harry Williams, has recorded a song in a video called Gone. It can be seen on YouTube, and he had preached a eulogy for a young man who was gunned down in Oakland, sitting in his car, and he's just trying to find innovative ways to reach the young people. So, you can preach, or you can Bible them to death. So he said, let me do something different. Let me do a rap song, put it on YouTube. What do you think about the approach of putting it in a song to reach the young people?
I think that's genius, because right now, that's all kids know. Kids know song lyrics before they know their ABCs.
Right.
So if you can get to a child or a teenager, youth, by verbalizing the things that they should be doing in the community, verbalizing how violent acts can affect your life, and how they need to do different things from that, then I think that that's awesome.
That's
absolutely
wonderful. What are some of the things that you could think of to help reach the youth, and thinking of this whole Stop the Violence movement, Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, with all the violence that we've seen in the recent months, from Michael Brown to Eric Garner, etc. What are some of the things that you think of that we can do? I mean, rap songs to the kids about stopping the violence.
I think that music is a very key thing, but unfortunately, music is an art form, and those art forms are being taken out of our school, along with a lot of other programs that help the youth stay focused on what they need to stay focused on. When I was a child, we were able to do so many things, after school and in church, and those things are not available to us no more. The state is cutting programs. So I think that if the community collectively starts trying to get those programs back in, even if they're not in school, that will help children focus on doing something different besides staying out in the street and not doing nothing and finding trouble.
Yeah. I like that. Bring back the programs to school, after church programs and things like that too. Let me throw this out. And this wasn't a question that I thought about before, but thinking of celebrities like Kanye and Big Sean, and those who have made it, whether they're athletes or musicians or actors and actresses, etc., what role do you think that they play, a responsibility that they should have to come back and reach into the community and bring these children up? Do you think it would be a good idea for them to give to inner cities, or to see them doing more of those things publicly and more vocally?
I totally think so. I don't see a lot of celebrities doing things that glorify youth upbringing. I see them glorifying a beautiful life, which is a beautiful thing to do. Of course, we all want to be out here rolling in Rolls Royces and wearing chinchilla, right? I do. But if you got somebody who is in East Oakland, they're not going to identify with that. Of course, they want to get to that, but the way they're going to get to that is doing things that are illegal. They're like, well, I can get this money, but I'm gonna get it this way.
Right.
But I think that if they do come back more and show them, do it this way. Kanye did go to college, even though he dropped out. It's like, go to school, do what you have to do, and then obtain this level of success without doing violence, selling drugs, whatever.
Selling yourselves, young girls.
Selling yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that all of them, especially the big name ones, like Diddy and Kanye and Jay-Z, all these people need to really, really get back into their communities, because our Black youth are dying. Our youth are dying, period.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't want our culture to become extinct because of that. So
yeah, or things that are preventable, especially.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
All right, celebrities, show up.
Right.
All right. So hundreds of migrants have been fleeing Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia, and Sudan, trying to get to Italy, and they've been buying their way, like giving $1,800 per person to get on these dinghies crossing the Mediterranean from northern Africa into Italy. Just this past week, approximately 300 or so people died in this crossing on these dinghies. I mean, it's like a little rubber blow-up boat packed to the max with so many people. Had you heard about this in news that you've seen here in America, newspapers, online, on any of the news channels? Had you heard about this going on?
I have not heard about this going on. I just seen it today. When you showed me, I'm just like, wow, this is what's going on. And I think a lot of people are like me. We don't focus on global, happenings. So we don't know what's happening over in a country that we claim, we represent so much, Africa, and there is a lot going on over there, some good and some bad, so I think that we really do need to, focus on what's going on in the world. And, including myself, sometimes we just want to block it out because we got so much going on in our own lives.
Right. But
those things matter as well. That Black life matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we do need to pay attention, of course, to what's happening in the world. So that's one of the things we're going to do on Just Chamia Show is talk about things happening locally, nationally, and internationally. One of the things that is a hot topic politically here in the United States is immigration. And so as we think about these people who are leaving, some of them very horrible conditions in their individual countries in Africa and trying to go over to Italy, finding a better life. That's what we're thinking about. And you think about people here trying to enter the United States from Mexico, or the immigrants that we used to hear of coming from Haiti and the other islands trying to, also sail over on dinghies across the Atlantic. What role, or what's the importance of focusing on immigration as a global issue, and then also separating immigration from asylum, where there are folks who are fleeing their home countries for a better life? Do you think that there should be maybe more relaxed standards by governments like American government to allow these people to come into our country and seek a better life? I mean, after all, America was founded by, well, let me not start say founded because there were people already here. But the America we know today was established by immigrants.
That is a very tough issue because I think that we all deserve to have a better life. And I think that, on one side it's like, of course, yeah, bring them on in, let them experience it. And then it's like, I do see some of the, what's going on. Like you go to Home Depot and you see people over there looking for jobs, looking for work, because they aren't able to legally. They can't work here.
Right.
And but it's like those things are not good. Everyone should be able to work, even if they do come here illegally. And they should be able to build themselves up to become citizens. There are a lot of people who I know. I went to school in Oakland. So I went to school with a lot of people who did come from Nigeria and did come from Eritrea and Nigeria, and Ethiopia, who came here on visas and went to school out here. I think that everyone should be given that opportunity. If they are constantly working to better themselves. Yeah. Absolutely come here. But, there are some people who come here and they want to cause havoc. But how do we distinguish those? How do we distinguish the two people who really want to come here to have a better life and who want to come here and do wrong?
It's a difficult issue.
It is.
It's a difficult issue, but it's something that we should be talking about because, hearing about hundreds of people dying, in dinghies, this is happening on a daily basis where folks are trying to flee across the Mediterranean. It's something that we should be talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So, a big story that was all over American news this week, if you heard about it.
Of course.
There was Sports Illustrated featured their first plus-size model in their annual swimsuit edition. So the model is Robin Lawley, who's a size 12. Did you hear about this story? What did you think about it? Was this a win for plus-size models?
I think that it's absolutely commendable that Sports Illustrated had an average American girl on the cover of their magazine. And that's exactly what Robin is. Is it a win for the plus size industry? It is a stepping stone to have a size 12 model on a magazine who probably would have never done that. But we have so far to go. in this industry as far as that's concerned. I see people who look like her every day in the industry that I'm in. You know, the same women who, you know, get casted in shows, the same woman who, you know, is acceptable to wear a swimsuit. But so I can't identify with that being a stepping stone. Tess Munster is a stepping stone, a size 22 model.
Right.
Who is wearing bikinis, got signed to a major contract like that. I mean, like that Sports Illustrated totally overshadowed something that was very epic that happened. Right. You know, try again next year, Sports Illustrated. Okay. Try again next year.
Okay. So, I mean, you kind of said that, well, my question was going to be, do you think that seeing the images of Robin was a good representation for those looking out there of what a plus size model or plus size woman looks like?
Well, and
no shade against her.
No shade. She is absolutely gorgeous. She looked amazing.
No shade, Robin. No shade.
She looked amazing. Totally amazing. But she doesn't represent me. You know, she doesn't represent who I am. Right. You know, and I think that, again, I've read the blogs. I've read the comments. Everyone has said the same thing. She looks like the average American girl. Like the average size in America is a size 12, 14. You know, and that is socially acceptable. Period. Now, when you start going higher, then that's when the ridicule starts. That's when the judgment starts. That's when the shaming starts. Right. You know, in the industry, a plus size is a size 8. That's plus size in the industry. So a size 12, I'm like, okay, we're still dabbling. Like, we can still go into a regular store and buy clothes now. We can still walk in somewhere and won't have an issue. We won't get, you know, body shamed on the internet. You know, it's not gonna happen. You know, where is the company that's gonna push the boundaries? That's gonna say, we are gonna have this model on the cover of our magazine. You know, with her thighs rubbing together and you know, a couple of rolls on her sides. Like, we need to see that. You know, that's what I'm waiting for.
All right, I'm looking forward to it too, and I volunteer. Okay, you volunteer too, Miss Saucye. Okay, she's available. Let me ask you this question. So, like I said, it was all over American media, whether it was online, print, or of course, you know, the news channels. Made this a big deal about a plus size woman being on or in Sports Illustrated magazine, because she wasn't on the cover, but she was in the magazine. Do you think that media should be making it a big deal that a plus size model or a plus size woman is featured alongside what we consider the regular size model or standard size model? Should we even make it a big deal? Or is it because the average woman is a size 14 in America that it should just be a line of beautiful women?
I think that it's both. I think that we should treat it as her being a model. You know, I think that at the end of the day, we are all just trying to be seen as models. We all just want to be respected in this game as models. But there is division. You know, there is a regular size and there is a plus size. And even in the plus size, there is division. There are plus size and there are extended plus sizes. You know, and that's where I fall.
What is extended plus? For those who don't know.
Extended plus sizes are anything over a size 26.
Okay.
26 to 32.
Okay. Okay.
You know, which is where I fall at. Okay. So with those, with our small genre, you know, it's like we really have a lot to fight for because there are models who are in that realm, you know, and we're fighting still. So Tess opened the door for, you know, 22, 24, 26, you know, and, you know, the girl on Sports Illustrated, she you know, that door is already there. You know, it's already there. So I think that across the board, it needs to be continuity. We all need to be seen as models. So I think that some media, they need to stop with the crisis in America topic, which is obesity. You know, and because we fall into that category. So it's hand in hand. It's like if media keeps talking about fat being bad, fat being unhealthy, fat this, fat that, no, a story like that is not gonna, it's gonna fall off the shoulders. It's gonna be like, well, okay, whatever, you know, because everyone in this country is so focused on weight.